nothing like this in the history of boxing. Since it began 250 years ago, it's never seen anything. This is going to be great for boxing. I believe we're going to win.
After the fight is over, then so be it. I'm already in a no-win situation anyway. To me, it's a win-win and no-win, because if I knock him out fast in the first round, they're going to be like, oh, man, this wasn't worth it. If I let it go a few rounds and drag it out, they're going to be like, oh, man.
I've been in the gym training. I'm boxing professional fighters. Activity is great. I had 15 fights in 1 year when I was younger, and I think activity is great. But
I'm just ready to go. Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Mike Tyson step into a blazing face-to-face showdown, trading sharp words as pressure mounts between the two boxing legends.
No, they should bring it up. Okay. They should see the difference from there to now.
Gotcha.
Me at my worst, to me at the biggest event in the history of events right now. There's never been any bigger than this. So what they have to say about that?
What does that say about you if you lose?
Well, I'm not going to lose. So I can't even fathom losing. I can't even imagine it. I think he thinks this is going to be a very easy night.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. stands unwavering in their fiery face-to-face, completely himself, determined to show he still carries that skill and fire.
Control, go out there, have some fun, and do what I do best.
Mike Tyson insists he is completely ready for the battle, pushing harder than ever and looking sharp, certain that he can seize the moment now.
For his money, by the time he gets his money, everybody else took their percentage out already. So you don't know who's who. You get what they give you.
You look good. How you feeling physically?
Incredible.
You've been training?
Listen, I was wearing extra large. It looks like I'm
Rafael Cordero, Mike Tyson's trainer, insists Mike Tyson looks stronger and sharper now than he did in his legendary exhibition fight with Roy Jones.
Whereas Mike put everything together. So mentally, physically, we're excited. If the fight was next Saturday, you will be ready for it. So we talk about Roy was 4 years ago. Today, Mike is much better than he was.
Mike Tyson is completely locked in at training camp, sparring with full force, pushing limits and preparing relentlessly for the coming challenge.
Okay, I'll be right.
Good. Round one. Oh, phew. We cut the ring. Exactly.
Jeff Mayweather says Floyd Mayweather Jr. has always thrived as the villain, and a showdown with Mike Tyson could test his legacy while still letting his confidence and skill shine.
Easy, because Floyd always was the bad guy. Once again, he's gonna be the bad guy. And I think that if there's any way to try to remove his O.
Meanwhile, Tony Jeff recently said Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s push to return is fueled by ego, unable to accept being eclipsed, especially after Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul.
We can while we can, and then get out of the sport. But with these two, they're multi-millionaires. And I want to get into the tail of the tape and talk about exactly the records and all of that stuff with it. But first, I just want to say, I believe that these are doing this for different things. Mike Tyson is doing it purely for the money. Purely for the money. Floyd is doing it for the money as well, but also, I believe Floyd's doing it for that limelight. You've seen the numbers that Mike Tyson, Jake Paul got, and I think this is the most viewed fight of all time, Mike Tyson, Jake Paul. I might be wrong in saying that, but I'm sure it was. It was hosted on Netflix, and Floyd's been one in the past with his ego that he wants to just, be in that limelight all the time. And when you're not in the limelight all the time.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. trains with relentless focus in camp, moving with stunning sharpness and agility, appearing surprisingly youthful while showing the speed and precision that once defined his prime.
Hook right hand. Right hand hook. Again. Hook right hand. Slide and drop. Punch it, wait till help you go. Drop, drop. Walk it. Pitch it. Six. Punch it. Pitch it. Watch it. I step back like I have my distance. That's why I step. See, I have my distance. Fighters don't know their distance.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. hammers the heavy bags with power and precision, displaying his speed, technique, and unwavering focus. The analyst Henry openly questions the path boxing is taking as legends come back for exhibition bouts. He notes Manny Pacquiao is set to face Ruslan Nikov, while Floyd Mayweather Jr. is linked with Mike Tyson. To him, these matchups seem driven more by money than by sport. He finds the situation odd and uneasy, especially when older fighters return for another run. Concern over Tyson grows sharper after his recent high-profile comeback against Jake Paul, which already stirred debate.
Mike Tyson of all people, that's the most money-motivated thing I've ever heard. It's utterly bizarre. And I don't want to see Mike Tyson anywhere near the ring again, especially after that Jake Paul fiasco. This whole thing's incredibly weird. I don't like it. I'm a proper boxing fan, and these fights to me, this OAP stuff they've got going on when they bring back these old fighters for one more go at each other, it's just not something that I particularly enjoy. Now look, it's going to be on Netflix. It's probably going to be a massive event. I'm probably going to end up covering it because they are two former champions of note and it is going to go on their professional records. But if you thought the first fight wasn't particularly entertaining, I can't imagine this one's going to be much better. The one thing I will say is that I believe Pacquiao's in better condition than I realized after the effort.
At the same time, Henry acknowledges the event scale will be massive, especially with a platform like Netflix in play. Despite the criticism, curiosity lingers. He sees decline as the real storyline, asking who has lost more sharpness. Floyd Mayweather Jr. has been inactive for years, yet Manny Pacquiao has taken more battles overall. That uncertainty sparks intrigue, even for purists who resist the concept.
Such a long time, which you could argue means he won't be as sharp in the ring. But then on the other hand, Pacquiao's had way more fights than Mayweather has, so you could argue he's got less left in the tank. It's difficult to figure out what it means for either guy, and we don't really know which way it's going to go. But I guess, if I'm being really honest, as much as I don't love it, there's always going to be a little bit of intrigue there. Kind of don't like myself for it, but I'm just being honest with you guys. And I think if we want to have a real conversation about what this fight represents is a continued frustration around the truth about the first fight, which was that it came too late and it turned into more and more of a cash grab. This fight embodies that to a whole new level. Even for the broadcaster Netflix, I don't believe they're truly invested in the sport of boxing. They'll take one-off big events that get them more subscribers, that increase their revenue, that increase their subscription base, but they don't really care about the sport. If they did, they'd be putting on a lot more events than just these mega fights that involve, influencers and fighters that are...
Abdullah raises serious doubts about the reported clash between Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Mike Tyson in Congo. He questions whether the fight is truly happening or quietly fading. The unusually early announcement confuses him, with a fight set for September but revealed in February. The gap seems long compared to the usual 3 or 4 month promotion cycle. That extended runway hints at either an ambitious global build-up or behind-the-scenes uncertainty. He also looks at Netflix and its strategy of crafting spectacle-driven matchups.
With Mayweather versus Mike Tyson in the Congo, is that now scrapped? Why are they announcing this several months before the event? I mean, is it a massive build-up? I mean, when you think about it, most fights are announced 3 months, 4 before an event. This one, September. We are in February, people. Like, what is going on? I mean, what are Netflix doing? Netflix are kind of, obviously they're picking up and putting on really random stuff, like Ronda Rousey versus Gina Carano. If you are an MMA fan, that fight was supposed to happen way more than a decade ago. They're doing it now. Will it get big numbers? I guess it kind of will. They've obviously done the Jake Paul stuff. Jake Paul, Mike Tyson, Jake Paul versus AJ. They done massive numbers. Crawford Canelo, a serious fight.
From crossover spectacles to the huge numbers drawn by Jake Paul events, the platform aims for mass appeal. Aid admits the formula probably works, even if it seems random. Despite his skepticism, he speaks as a true admirer of Floyd Mayweather Jr. His love for boxing grew from Mike Tyson's dominance to the British icons, and back to America thanks to Floyd's brilliance. He sees Mayweather as a rare talent who mastered both marketing and ring IQ, much like Conor McGregor did in his realm.
Massive Floyd fan. Like, my journey into boxing, obviously when I was young, it was very much Mike Tyson, but then it went and became a UK thing. The ITV days of, I don't know, Ben Eubank, etc., Michael Watson, and then eventually Joe Calzaghe, Prince Nassim, etc., etc. My reason for going back and watching American boxing is solely down to Floyd. Like, I was obsessed with everything Floyd Mayweather did. I thought he was a genius when it came to marketing and a genius in the ring. Like, it's very rare that the two go together, which is why I think everyone kind of fell in love with Conor McGregor, right? Because Conor McGregor was a genius outside the ring in terms of how to sell a fight. And in the octagon, he actually proved that he can fight as well. Floyd, obviously on a completely different level, but you know what I mean? Very similar. Someone that talks the talk and walks the walk. And Floyd most certainly